Okay, so that's that one. We're now going on to how we actually make the videos in terms of how you do characterization, skits and improv, and the difference between them. So, what is the difference? Skits are very planned. Skits are like C&Bs. You have gone through beforehand, you know from step to step what's going to be happening. You normally have some form of script set out beforehand, and you know what's going to happen from A to B. A lot of people use them in masquerades, and you tend to have music and things with them, and they are very planned. Improv, which is what we actually normally do, because we do in character panels at different cons, which means that we will turn up in random costumes, we will be that character, and you ask us questions and we'll respond as that character. The one we've mostly done is, again, the Marauders for Harry Potter. So we've got Remus Lupin, and I'm Narcissa Black.
And they're amazing.
Oh, thank you. We tend to spend most of the time, well, I spend most of my time bullying Sirius.
Not this year.
I love Mel, it's great.
And I spend most of the time with my head in a book. Because Remus, and eating chocolate, that was fun.
Yeah. That was an improvisation is what it says in the tin. It's you make it up as you go along. You have a basic idea of what you want to do, but it's not scripted, it's not planned. You see how it goes. It can lead to some very funny things, it can lead to some awkward moments, but as long as you can get past the awkward moments, it can be hilarious and it's great fun.
I think the key with it is always say yes. If somebody gives an anecdote, run with it.
Yeah, if you say no to improv, then the improv stops. And they just stand there going, so how's your folks? And it's not very good. So you want to, like, this is sort of a bit of both of that, because we're totally not improving this panel. Okay.
I made the thing.
You did make the thing. I'm improvising. So yeah, skits involve more planning. Like we said, the C&B, writing it out, drawing it out first is a real help. Know exactly what you're doing. Have a script, have a storyboard, have something. Practice it beforehand. You want to know how timing works. If you have music, you want to time it to the music. And the best skits are the ones where the characters you're cosplaying are clearly showcased. You want to be using this skit to show off your costume and to show off your character. Because being in character helps you use your costume to the best way you can, which is why I should probably not be cocking my hip on being very effeminate here in Eric. So I should probably stop doing that. Unless it's a parody, then have fun with it. Meh. Do what you like. I can't actually read the ball, I'm going to read over her shoulder. Yeah, we choose characters we love, for the most part. Don't we, Debbie? I didn't have an Eric muse, then I moved in with her.
I really wanted an Eric.
Do you know who else I didn't have? I didn't have Narcissa before 6 months ago. Now she's got 3/4 of my wardrobe, the majority of my eBay watch list. She's got 4 different dresses, 3 different outfits.
You didn't have a Sammy either.
I did not have a Sammy. She's my fault, I'm going to be throwing a Sammy together at some point just so she can bully me, because she's going to do a Gabriel. So yeah, but having characters you love makes getting into characters so much easier, because you want to do it. You want to get inside their head, you want to be there for them.
So research is the best way to do it.
Yes.
Canon stuff, so movies, books, comics, fan fiction also helps. It brings out a lot of headcanons. Tumblr is really bad for giving me headcanons.
Yeah.
There may be a necklace she's wearing, it's my fault. It's the bullet from Charles's spine.
I've actually got it engraved with Cuba and the date.
Because of Tumblr.
That is because Debbie gave me the headcanon of he's always playing with the coin, but he's used the coin by the end of first class. So he's still got something that he fiddles with, and he took the bullet out of Charles, didn't he? So, and it's now developed into my headcanon that Eric is actually, he's actually sorry for what he did, but he's never going to admit it.
That's the most romantic thing I've ever heard.
So he's got the bullet, and he remembers always, but he's never going to tell Charles that he has the bullet. It's worn underneath clothing. Admittedly, I mostly got it to mess with her. Yeah.
Let's not get too dark.
I mostly got it to mess with her. But yeah, it's a good idea to look around, see what people have done, and then if there's something that you like, yeah, don't completely steal it, but nick it a little and blend it into your own. Narcissa, a lot of my stuff comes from looking around at other things, bouncing off the other banders. There was this long evening discussion, because we talk a lot on Facebook Messenger because it's the only way we communicate, and there was about evening discussion about whether Narcissa would wear a watch. I was trying to figure out, does that count as muggle? But I've got a really nice gold one, and there was this big universe scanning discussion just because I was trying to decide if I was allowed to have the time on me or not. So
Your pocket watch.
I have a pocket watch. Lucius wears it. It doesn't work for Sister. So yeah, bouncing off your friends, anyone you want to talk to about it, work it out that way. Work it out for your character. Next. Once you've got an idea of them, consider the mannerisms. How do they talk? I'm not particularly good at this because if nothing else, I suck at accents. I am so bad.
Luke, however, is amazing at it.
Yes, Luke has got a very, very strong Glaswegian accent because that's where he is from. But when he goes into his Snape, who couldn't tell? He's got a very good young Alan Rickman. And so you want to talk as well whether they're slow, whether they're fast, whether they use their hands to gesture. Are they Italian? And run with hands. I'm sorry. You want to think about how they hold themselves. If they're a very shy character, like Remus tends to sort of hunch his shoulders a bit, he has his book. Whereas Narcissa gives no cares about what you think about her. So shoulders are back, head is up, and she looks down her nose at all of you snubs. Because you are not in her league. So you want to work with your body language, how you think your character would be reacting to the situation. Sometimes that changes depending on who you're interacting with, of course. I'm a lot more casual with mine around Lucius because I don't care as much about Lucius.
So yeah, are they energetic? Are they calm? You know, that kind of thing will affect how you portray your character.
We helped host a cosplay auction at Manchester Anime Gaming Con recently, and Xanth wanted to go on stage with us, but he didn't want to go on as Snape, because Snape trying to host a cosplay auction when you're trying to drum up enthusiasm and get people to spend money wasn't really going to work. So instead, he swapped wigs with Maya and went on as Lucius, because Lucius and Narcissa bouncing off each other works a lot better for getting hype up in the crowds. So think about who you're interacting with when you're doing the character. Poses. If nothing else, look online, see what poses they already have, adapt them to your preference. If you've got someone, for example, who's got a very iconic pose,
Charles, yes.
so we're going to get a lot of shots like this probably, because they've got very iconic poses, they're very well known. But you can also work those out round and about. Think of something that works for the character as well as the film, the manga, whatever you're working from. Yeah, props make a large difference. Space you have makes a large difference. I am so proud of this. I started making this on Tuesday. Look at my glorious thing. Doesn't really fit properly on my head, but I can wear it, it's fine. So if you have a prop, think about how you want to use the prop. Playing with my coin, playing with my helmet, etc. The angle can make a lot of difference. The next few slides are actually some reference shots so we can give you an idea of what we're talking about. So this is a group of all of us. These are our marauders, as you can probably tell. So at the back we have Snap sneering at the camera because he is Snape. And he's never going to look at a camera any other way because, ugh, there's the thing in my face, I hate it. Remus, never seen without his book. We have several books, they can float around, they all tend to belong to Debbie. Lucius at the back. For a start, not that you can tell in this shot, Luke is so short it hurts, he's down here. Which is why we stuck him on the back step, so that he wasn't drowned out by everyone else. So placing for photos makes a lot of difference. It also makes a difference in panels. If you want to go upstage or downstage, you can change the perspective. And you can see like the difference in posture as well. We've got the Slytherins are all very regal, except for Snape, obviously, because Snape. But we're very regal and we're looking down at the camera. And then you've got James, who doesn't give a toss. I'm just going to leave him on this computer now.
Language.
Toss is not.
Yes.
What?
A little bit, yeah.
I'm not counting that as language, sorry. So yeah, think about what your character do in your environment. Next.
Where's Peter?
Props to aid poses. So, this is the other version, one of the other versions of Charles that Debbie has, which is from Days of Future Past, and it's in his unfortunate stage. So we deliberately brought along a bottle with us that she could pose with and hang around with.
I know have a fake syringe as well.
Yeah. This shot was taken, I believe, by someone holding on to the shield and then taking the shot with the other hand. And it made this really interesting perspective, and it looks like she threw the shield, which we couldn't get any other way, because if we actually tried to throw the shield, we'd hit the photographer, and we need that photographer. We like them alive.
Chris, really?
We
never like, do we?
No, we like Chris alive. Chris takes good photos. We like Chris. Geordie Jet Photography. If you ever get a chance, he's at Con with you, go with him for photos. He's fantastic. He's such a sweetheart, and he takes such good photos. And this is Welcome to Night Vale. I actually know nothing about Welcome to Night Vale because I haven't listened to it yet. But I'm told this is very in character. I apologise for my lack of knowledge on it. I'm going to listen to it. Dynamics, the way the camera is held. If you're looking up at a character, it gives them a very powerful thing. It's what photographers tend to recommend for very masculine people, very male poses, because it gives the sense of power that you are beneath the person you're looking at, and they are above you, they are more powerful. And the same applies from the other way down, which is why we shot down at Snape, because everyone's looking down at Snape. Aww. And it works really well for demonstrating like dynamics between a character, like fight scenes. So at this point, we're definitely showing that I have got Tasha, and I am winning this one. And then we flipped it around and reshot the thing, and in that one, it looks like Tasha is sitting there going, no, you come no further, you are mine. Just from the different angle, it gives you the idea of who's winning in that fight.
But this works well for sort of being on camera and being on stage sometimes as well. So.
Try out different angles, take multiple shots, take multiple recordings, see which one ends up with the best effect.
And don't be afraid to let parts of your body other than your feet touch the floor.
For example, Kurt, I did not realise in that CMV until we looked back at it how much I am crouching in that freaking video. I think I'm crouching in every shot where I'm not walking. But it's Kurt. Kurt is a croucher, it's what he does. Next. If you are, this is going to be very, very brief. If you are cross-playing, or for that matter, if you are not cross-playing and want to give a better sense of your character, there is a lot of difference between masculine body language and feminine body language. This person and this person are the same. They are both male. And when you're feminine, you're a lot more cocked hipped, sideways. You tend to be more angular with your body language, whereas guys are square. They are hard on, it's a bit of a cliche, but they are hard on, they are strong.
Phrasing.
Easy, Eric.
We could have escaped past it, but someone had to bring it up.
Such a joke.
So yeah, think about whether your character is particularly masculine, particularly feminine, how do you want to play it, how does that work for it. Tutorials. YouTube has fantastic tutorials helping you with your body language, with different ideas, with ways to do it. We personally have a lot of trouble with this one here, because we love her, but she has done so many crossplays that she tends to forget she's a girl. So when she does feminine cosplays, whoever's behind the camera is sitting there going, for heaven's sakes, Mel, give me a hip. You are a girl, cock your hip. So it with your character, work with the character you want, if that makes sense. Right. Okay. I let you at this one. Go on, I'm talking a lot.
Yeah, but that's because there's a reason for that. I don't like talking. Okay, so getting into your character, there's different ways to do it. Zamp has a key phrase, which we cannot say.
Well, I can't say the whole thing. The end of it is Trelawney.
It vaguely implies that Sirius did something with Trelawney.
Does he not use come at me scrub?
He does not use come up me scrub lord, that was different. That is a running joke.
So you can have like a trigger phrase,
Like,
or...
while I'm not particularly good at accents, if I want to do Kurt Wagner, who is German, the accent that I will try and run with, the primary phrase I will use is Jigs a fuzzy dude.
What about my mother?
Oh no, she's not my mother. Not my mother. And I'll try and keep the accent going. It doesn't normally work. But it's a good thing to try is watch your character, pick a particular key phase and then practice it. And then follow on from there and see how far you can keep going. Talk along with the video, if you're doing it from a video. Just copy their intonations, it's really good.
Vowel sounds in particular.
Yes, vowel sound.
But yeah, some people have a prop that reminds them of their character, others will have sort of read the source material beforehand, that kind of thing.
We watched First Class last night, so to get back into character. But obviously it hasn't worked because I'm being far too effeminate. But yeah, anything that you want to cosplay, if you want to character it, watch it, read it, live it. Drop in and out of character whenever you want to.
Yeah, I found that quite helpful, is to sort of talk in character with your friends. It looks weird to everyone else, and it's weird to start doing it, but you will find it comes naturally after a while of role-playing.
We tend to drop in and out of Charles' characters around the house, unconsciously. And normally when I'm being mean,
so, yeah.
I'll say something mean and I'll get told off as Charles, so I'll keep being mean as Eric, and it runs from there. Behaviour, depends on your scenario. These two are my dean, and taking completely different times, and I did different behaviour because of where I was. So this one, the idea behind this one was mid-hunt, nothing's happening, bored, I'm just going to sit here and flop. Whereas that one is in the middle of something, about to burn. So you can see the difference in characterisation. And again, Luke here, this is actually the same shoot, I believe, whereas these are like a year and a half apart. These are actually the same shoot, and you can just see from the body language, from the eye line, from the relaxation, completely different personalities at rest and at war. Next, please. It's really good for confidence. We have Mel especially has, well, Mel and our lovely Debbie here, which is one of the reasons she's not doing much talking is because she's not very good at stage. Mel is just as bad. Mel, by the way, is the Bander that everyone knows. She's the public face. Someone will know someone who will know seriously cosplay. It's the way it works. So the way she does it is she will go on stage. For example, she's got a fantastic Bellatrix cosplay. This is adult Bellatrix. It is terrifying, especially when you are in a student cosplay around her and she is being the teacher. It is scary. So the way she covers her stage fright is she strides on stage as Bellatrix and dares you to put her down. So getting into character can really help you with confidence. The reason that I've gotten much better at public speaking and just confidence in general is one of the first cosplays I did was Tony Stark. It is really hard to be self-conscious when you're wandering around as Tony Stark and telling people how awesome you are and no one tells you you're wrong. It's really good. Props are really handy because if you're feeling nervous, act with the prop rather than with you. It's a way to work. Practice poses beforehand. If you want to get particular things done, find a mirror, find a friend, get it practiced. Friend with a camera, friend with a good eye, mirror.
This is especially good for sort of masquerades and stuff, rather than doing it in the line as you go in.
We don't do that. Yeah, practicing is your friend. If you want it to look good and you want to run with it, practicing is good. Next, please. As you mentioned, just role-playing it out, whether it's live action or typing it out or over Skype or anything like that, it's really good to help you get into your character's head. Nothing else. If you're working with someone that you don't talk to very often and they throw a wrench into works of the story, that can lead you to sit there and go, how would this character deal with this scenario? And you can develop a new headcanon from it and work from it like that. So I do a lot of LARPing, non-cosplaying. I am in a pirate LARP right now. And I find a lot of it is I go out with the information I'm given and I will just dive straight into the character. And no matter what happens, I will be going, right, yes, I knew that. I'm going to run with this. What happens next? And if you've got a group of friends, it makes life so much easier. Obviously, we can't always have a group when we are cosplaying, much as we prefer it and we love doing it. But even if they can't come with you for the con or for the shoot, if they're around beforehand to help you flesh out your character, they are made of gold, and we love them. Use your surroundings. We got to go to Diagon Alley. It was great. We were in London anyway, and the reason we went to London was because it was a birthday, and we wanted to go around the experience in costume. So whenever we were on the stage, we found random things that would work, and we used them. And that has made a really, really funny shot just from using that video window in it, and everyone will recognise it. It doesn't always involve a big elaborate place like that's from the same place we did the C&B we showed earlier. And we noticed this balcony and realised that's actually a really good angle to do the Rage and Serenity scene, when Charles is teaching Eric how to use his powers. So we got a quick shot. But even so, you don't have to pay for places to go in and find things like that. If you find something and it works, use it. That was a random engine that we found around a con. But we had someone in Kaylee who is a mechanic. So we threw her at the engine and let her play like she was fiddling with it, and we got this really cute shot. The same thing can happen when you're videoing, when you're recording, when you're in character. Run with what you can find. So yeah, it's all about character. It's all about sticking with what you know, and if you don't know, develop it. Make it what you know. Make it yours. Any questions? And again, the room goes silent. And the same hand goes up.
I'm helping.
Would you recommend LARPing as a way to get into character better for people who are a bit nervous about doing skits and improv?
It's an interesting idea. I personally got into LARPing because I have a friend who I blame for everything because it's all his fault. There's this guy. There's this guy when I came to Bristol. He got me involved in every single hobby I have now. It is entirely his fault. But he got me into LARPing. And it is, one of the interesting things about LARPing is you can, what is known as NPC. This means you are a non-player character. You don't come up with your scenario, the guys running it does. They will give you this character, and you will have a particular set of information or orders that you will go out into the room and you will deliver. It's a really cool idea for working, sort of getting this thing and working out what you're doing with it. Is just try, with this minimal information, see what you can do with it. There is a surprising amount of LARPing around. If you are Bristol based, there is 7th Sea, there is, I believe, Vampire LARP starting soon. There's lots of different types. You've got indoor, you've got outdoor, you've got political, you've got what's known as boffer, which is the ones where you actually get to hit people. I would say it's not essential, but if you like that sort of thing, it's great fun.
Now, I got a different opinion because I tried LARPing and the amount of people terrified me, so I stopped.
To be fair, 7th Sea is huge. We have about 60 regular players, and then we have the NPCs, we're about 12 or 15 strong crew. It's normally about 4.
So yeah, I noped on that.
Yeah.
But for me, LARPing with friends is a lot easier than LARPing with people I don't know. So I just use the band of guys for my LARPing.
Mel was very confused when she first met me and a couple of friends, because we tend to drop in and out of character at a drop of a hat and change characters at a drop of a hat. And Mel just following along, trying to figure out what was going on and who was talking and what was happening now. But nowadays she joins in with us. She just drops into whatever character is appropriate and she'll run with it. And sometimes you lead to some hilarious things that you can then drop into panels or into videos later, which is always good. Like we've developed this whole headcanon for our Quidditch characters because of messing around in character. Any other questions? Right, I believe we'll leave. Oh.
What houses are you in Harry Potter?
Actual houses.
Yeah.
Slytherin.
Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
Slytherin.
I am a Slytherin. It is official. Pottermore says it is.
Slytherin.
Yep. And no one loves us. I went to a friend's wedding recently, and there was every house table but the Slytherin table.
To be fair, it was a small venue.
Yeah,
But
but
Slytherin crest
on
the
her
back of my
seat.
chair. I was bridesmaid, bitch.
Don't care.
Language.
One swear per con.
Still got mine.
Anyone else? Otherwise, we shall leave it there and let the next lovely people set up. Anyone
We're
else?
feeling prepared for the masquerade now.
Oh, is that now? Yes.
No.
3 o'clock.
Don't worry.
All right. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our talks. It's been mildly interesting. If you're interested, we are Bandursnatch Studios. We have a YouTube channel. We have some cards. Let's take a card away with you, and come and talk to us. We don't bite. We've been trained out of it. And we love to interact with people. So come say hi.
And you can be on our vlog, why not?
Yeah, we are vlogging today and tomorrow. So just see us around.
Cosplaying tomorrow.
Tomorrow we are cosplaying Firefly. So we are going to have a Kaylee, I am coming as Zoe, and we're going to have a wash.
And possibly an hour in the afternoon.
Possibly an Anara. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.